Alright, hello, good morning, and welcome to today's reading Dippit. So I have read more about 35% of the way through Ruthless Vow, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying this series. And as far as when it comes to One True Loves, I watched the movie, and it was just so adorable. I really like the actors that they chose to play her One True Loves, and Simu Lee was just, very good in the movie as her new love. I thought it was great as Sam. I thought he did a really good job, and yeah. So getting back to Ruthless Vows, so I guess with One True Loves, I just love the actors. I love how they put Philippa Sue as Iris. I thought it was a really great move. I liked who they chose for Maria. Overall, great casting choices. And I didn't realize that Taylor Jenkins Reid also did the screenplay and helped produce the film. So good for her. It was really well done. The efforts were well received, I guess, right? And the screenplays are always better when the people who write them are part of it. That's what I'm finding with the Percy Jackson series. The Rick Riordan is producing it and writing it, so it's just making it just a tad better, right? Oh, it's so great, right? I don't think they're gonna make something out of Ruthless Vows or the Divine Rival series just because I just don't see it being a show or not as entertaining if it was, you know what I mean, right? But I do like it. I'm enjoying it. I should have gotten a little bit more reading done yesterday, but you have to go with the flow and listen to what your body's saying. Because I'm still recovering from a bit of a cold, so there's that, right? But, the week is still ahead of us, and I'm hoping that I can finish this book in January. So I think that would be five books in January, which would be a great start for me, right? But I think that's everything for right now. All right, so that's a thank you, take care, and bye. Alright, so welcome and hello everyone to today's Reading Dippit. And today's Reading Dippit is that despite the anti-war and anti-capitalist themes of Catch-22, Joseph Heller spoke positively of his own time in the army during World War II and said that he never had a bad officer during his time as a bomb raider. Ooh, that's cool, right? Okay. Alright, so anyways, I have read more of Ruthless Vow, and about halfway through now. I'm really liking it. And it's so sad that Roman has forgotten her. Well, he remembers her now, but it's just, he just doesn't know what to do. Right, so I'm hoping to be able to read a little bit more of that tonight. I know I won't be able to get 75% of the way through it, but that's okay. It really is. And, right, I have listened to more of Dune, and I'm about 75% of the way through that, so that's really good. Right, now I know I won't be done Dune by the end of the month, which is fine. Hopefully by the end of February, and I'm really kind of, you know what, I'm not going to put anything onto Dune. I just want to make sure that I finish reading it, reading to it and just more listening to it, and I hope I get that done by the time the movie comes out, which I believe comes out at the end of March. So, I got 2 months to kind of figure that out, right? But anyways, that's just kind of it, right? And yeah, and I guess the only other thing which I have started is that I'm trying out some shorts on my video gaming channel, and it's of me doing my daily bonuses of Pokemon Go. Right? You have to check that out over at CMYK Princess to see if you like that. Yeah, just going slow and just kind of doing that. And I must say, I had one of the most fantastic sleeps last night. I wish I could have kept sleeping, right? But, of course, you have to get up, greet the day, and get going and make monies, right? Because Mondays is great, because Mondays can pay for vacations where all I can do is just sleep on the couch, or, well, sleep in bed, just sleep, right? Pay yourself to sleep. Oh man, or just go on weird vacations and do fantastic, awesome stuff, right? Anyways, that's just kind of it. Alright, hopefully everybody has a great and wonderful day. Alright, so thank you, take care, and bye. Alright, hello and welcome everybody to today's reading Dippit, which is that J.D. Salinger became a vegetarian after his father tried to pressure him into entering the meat import business. And he spent a short time working in a slaughterhouse in Vienna in Poland. Ooh. So, I read a bunch of Ruthless Vows last night, and I am now in part 4. I have a little over 100 pages to go before finishing it. As much as I would prefer and enjoy finishing this book tonight, I don't think I'm going to be able to, right? But I am going to try my hardest. I mean, just so that way I can say, like, I read, like, 5 books in the month of January, which I think would be fantastic and wonderful to be able to do and to say. Oh my goodness, it's exciting already, right? But that is just kind of my go-to there. I'm really enjoying it. It's like a forbidden love, right? This Ruthless Vows, and like the book kind of or like Divine Rivals, like the series kind of started with Iris wanting to find like her brother to make sure he was okay, to now just mainly just being about Roman and like her love, right? And like I do not think that like Forrest really isn't in the story at all, but he does get mentioned, and so like that is worth saying, right? But see, you know, it is just such a great story. Like, I'm loving it. I'm so happy I picked up Ruthless Vows, and these were add-ons to my January Book of the Month Club book. Sorry. So the Book of the Month book that I grabbed was Interesting Facts About Space by Emily Austin, which I haven't read yet, right? But my plan for February is to read Machines Like Me and my other 3 Book of the Month books that I have, right? Plus, of course, I'm going to order February's Book of the Month. I do not know what it's going to be. I haven't even looked at it, but, you know, that is tomorrow's problem, or like, well, I guess I have learned from previous months from being a Book of the Month book member, is that I'm going to wait to see what is the most popular book, because last month it was a thriller book, but I said, oh no, I'm not going to get this thriller book, right? And it ended up being like a thriller that like the cover, it like has like glow in the dark bits, and it's called like The First One, or like First Lie Wins or something like that. And so I think like I am probably gonna like that book, so I might end up getting that one as well. So I think it's funny that I'm like, oh, I'm on a book buying ban, like, you know, use my library and more, and I have not, right? I've bought already 2 books this year, and I'm thinking about buying another one. So there's that, right? But, you know, it is what it is, right? As long as I end up reading that, then what does it matter, right? And so then there's that, and, you know, as long as I keep reading and I'm enjoying what I'm reading and I get things knocked off my obvious wall of TBR books, then what does it matter, right? And I just can't get over that, like, or stress how much, like, I do like having this many books. Just because, you know, that if I want to say, you know, what is it? So like if I want to give some away as gifts, or I don't know what to read, like I have the books here, right, that I can just gift to somebody, right? And how just easy it is just to give away and to make sure that I have them, right? I don't know if any of that made sense, but it is just, and I'm still enjoying having an e-reader. I do, like with Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows, like I have flipped between the e-reader and the physical book, which I think is great. And yeah, And I guess another 2 books that I want to read, or 3, is Harriet the Spy, Catch Me If You Can, and The Perks of Being a Wallflower, just because like they are smaller, shorter books. And I mean, obviously Harriet the Spy is like a kid's book, right? So it'll just, they're easy reads, quick, get off the shelf, off my TBR and onto my bookshelf to rest, right? And I guess part of it is that for Catch Me If You Can, I want to give that book and Lion to as a gift, right? But I feel like I'm not going to give that gift away until the end of the year, so I got all year to read it, but that's no excuse. No excuse not to read it now, right? But you know, it's always nice to split up your books by having like an easy read in there. So there's that. And of course, I must read All My Puny Sorrows, right? Because I think that is just such a great book. And I'm just kind of happy that it is the last day of January and it is not so blue outside. It's foggy, but you know, that's okay. And that it is very much staying later out longer, which I think is fantastic. I'm soaking that up all in, even if I'm at work, right? But you know, all the best. All right, I must end it here. All right, hopefully everybody is doing well. All right, and I gotta say thank you, take care, and bye. Hello and welcome everybody to today's reading Dippit, and it is January 1st, or February 1st. Right, and so today's reading Dippit is that Toni Morrison wrote her master's thesis on Virginia Woolf's and William Faulkner's treatment of the alienated. Right? Alright. So, that being said, with it being February, I have read 6 books in February, and those books are, and not in any particular order, Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian, Happy Place by Emily Henry, Beach Read by Emily Henry, The Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. Now, technically, I didn't 100% finish Ruthless Vows because I have like 30 pages left, which I will finish today, and I will start a new book, probably Machines Like Me, because yeah, like I ended up having to do a lot more last night than it actually anticipated, and yeah, and on my lunch break I had to do other things while I was at work. I know, right? So it just didn't work out, which is completely fine with me, right? But now that it is done and everything like that, I will now need to, you know, really buckle down and start reading more, right? Which means I can also get my new Book of the Month book for the month of February. Haven't even looked at them. I kind of want to see what becomes popular, right, for the BookTubers books to come out right before I actually make a decision, because I feel like I've made that mistake now a couple times where I'll just like buy what I want to buy and then, or I'm not buying it. I'll get what I want to get off of a credit, and then one of them will be like, oh yeah, this other book, like, and they just sell me on it, and I'm like, ugh, right? Wish I got at that one, right? FOMO, right? But knowing that, I can now get the book that which I want to be getting, right? And buy or see their suggestions. So I should know in about a week which book I will be getting, which is fine with me, right? Anyways, that's just kind of it. I hope everybody's having a great and wonderful day. It's a nice rainy day here, which is completely fine. Hopefully everybody has a great and wonderful time in their lives, and yeah, you know, be nice, be kind, love everyone, right? And I guess that's just like, thank you and take care. Bye. Why, hello everyone, and welcome to today's reading Dippit. And today's reading Dippit is that Terry Pratchett's signature fashion style was the large black hats, more of an urban cowboy than city gent. right? And as you can see, I have started to read Machines Like Me by Anna McEwen, and because I have now finished Ruthless Vows, which I thought was so good. I really liked it. I thought it was just, the duology was like just really cute, and how the gods did play like away with it, and how they try to make Roman forget that about Iris altogether, and just how you are who you are, and just how like the pen is mightier, right? Oh my gosh, it's so good. So Machines Like Me is actually a really short book. It's like 333 some odd pages, and I've read the first chapter, and so far it's really good, right? Like it's just about, she gets this robot, Adam, with this woman who gets a robot named Adam, and of course there's Eve's out there, but she wanted a man. She was just charging him up, and then now this is it. Right? This is where she goes from here. The robot has just, or Adam has just woken up, and it's like not necessarily about like he's not just like a sex robot, right? He's about like everything else you can get with like a robot, which is really great and really nice, right? So like that is just kind of like, you know, we're just finding out who Adam is, as he just was finished charging, and now is waking up, and all of his things are coming out, I guess. And it's just where like the future is in the 80s, I guess. This is where it takes place in the 1980s, and how we're just kind of discovering where like technology, where like these robots like don't breathe yet, right? But they pretend like they do. Them exhaling real air is kind of years away from happening though, right? Which is alright. So that's just like where I am now. And I did end up picking up like a Christmas book by John Grisham from the library last night. Yeah, forget where I put it though. I think it's the bottom of my bag, which I will clean the bottom of my work bag out tonight, right? Because it's Friday, field trip day, woohoo, right? So, but in that bag, it was just like it was like a smaller book than this, which is like, it was only 170 pages, so I might read that one as well this weekend, but I'm not sure. But anyways, Machines Like Me, really short book. I think I'm going to like it and enjoy it a lot. I think it's going to be slightly different than Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which I think will be really great. And yeah, but that's just kind of it. And this is kind of it for me. Alright, so I guess thank you. Take care. Bye. Hello and welcome everybody to today's reading Dippit. So I haven't read anything. I didn't read anything last night because I was so consumed by other work, especially on the website. So I didn't read anything, but I've started to read A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross on my e-reader because it's another duology. Because everybody's on the internet, my booktubers are like, read it, right? And then I've also started Skipping Christmas by John Grisham, which is the book I picked up at the library on Thursday when I was there. It should be a quick read, but I felt like this morning when I was reading Skipping Christmas and A River Enchanted, that I was reading, but I really wasn't reading it, if you know what I mean. So I am going to try to read a little bit more tonight because my plans have changed. So I'm like, why not spend my entire night reading for the most part? You know what I mean? I may watch another movie. We ended up watching Ferrari last night, which was like actually like a pretty good easy peasy kind of movie. Like, not easy peasy, but like it's another good car movie. I don't know what it is about me and car movies, but I actually do really enjoy them, right? But yeah, like that's just kind of it for me with my reading. I kind of want an easy read, so I might start reading Harriet the Spy or Interesting Facts About Space. Not really sure. Instead of like, I don't know, maybe because I'm being a bit of a mood reader, I need to read something that's you know, childlike and friendly or something like that. Maybe, this is what I mean. Like, if you're not really feeling much of a reading, like, it's just you need to change or, like, find the right book, right? I know that for skipping Christmas, I have that book for 3 weeks, and plus I work at the library, so I can always get that renewed whenever I can or want. But I am flipping between actual books and physical books just because on my rereader, I don't want to make the font any bigger than what it needs to, even though I can, and I don't know, the text in the books is like slightly bigger, which also makes it feel like you're reading more when you're really not. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know, right? But that's just kind of it. And I had a wonderful time volunteering, and it is just so great that I can get out of the house and do that for a couple hours, and just the people I volunteer with are like fantastic. If anybody's wanting to, do something, I suggest to like just volunteer and just get to know other people. And over time, sometimes I'm just like, I have to go volunteer. I wish I could just stay home. But like, no, like I always end up having like a really great, wonderful time. So I will always be doing that. Oh, and I need to get my book of the month book, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, maybe, just maybe, I just want to, I forgot my train of thought. Because I'm looking at Harriet the Spy being like, yeah, I should maybe read that because I love the movie. I loved that movie as a kid, right? But that's about it. I guess I should end it there and just get crack-a-lacking with some reading, do a little something a little with my day, right? Even though reading is the fantastic, most best way to waste time. Oh yeah, I should look at my book of the month book and see what I can get. I don't think I'll get any extra add-ons, but I do like knowing, I guess, what other YouTubers are getting or BookTubers are getting with their book of the month, because usually they have like really good ones. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, thank you. Take care. And bye. Alright, hello and welcome to today's reading Dippit and the last day of the vlog for this week. I hope everybody is doing well. Alright, so what has happened is that I have finished reading Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. It was honestly a very short read. As you can tell, like the book is like rather small and tiny. The font was rather large. And it was really good. I read it in a day. What it's about is that this couple, in order to save money for their cruise, they want to skip Christmas this year. They're kind of being like humbugs, like Scrooges about everything, and they're just not really participating. And then at the very last minute, with like talking with like their travel agent and everything, they decide that on the 24th, they're not going to skip Christmas at all, right? That they are going to have Christmas. They're going to celebrate it. They're going to, right on the 24th, they end up having like this like neighborhood party and getting a tree, lights and everything, like, So it was like, that was like super cool to kind of see and kind of like and enjoy with like just, and it kind of ends with them being like, well, okay, like maybe we'll skip Christmas next year, right? And can you really skip Christmas? I don't think so. I think that Christmas is like a very much like a vital part of everything, and that like you need to celebrate it. It's time to be with friends and family and just to celebrate like the time of the year, right? So so I'm glad I read it. I just need to remember to keep it in my bag and to return it the next time at the library. You know what I mean? Right? Because sometimes I'm there so often that I forget that, that I have books, because I've done that before, right? But, thank goodness that there is no more library fines, because I don't need to worry about that. But even if there was, that's like one of the perks of a staff member, is that you don't have to pay fines, even if there were fines to be paid, right? So there's that. But, like, because, I think that's, like, part of the reason why when I get books from the bookstore where I don't want to have the ones that have been withdrawn or quick picks from like the library, just so that way I don't get them confused from like actual books that I have, even though like when I do get like books I like to de-sticker them and whatnot, right? So there is no confusion, right? Maybe because of that, or I just want them to look like all my other books here. They look great. Like, it's like one of those things, like for the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo books over here, they may look a little beat up, but they're just previously loved and enjoyed. They're not withdrawn books in the library. part of me was going to say they're not rejects. But I mean, like, so a lot of the books I get are very quite popular, and that reminds me, I need to take a photo of that series, so that way if a better quality version comes into the bookstore, I can just grab it, right? Especially the girl who takes an eye for an eye, because I think that would be quite good, right, for me. So, and then also that way, because I think we do have a bunch of those books at the bookstore, like the Friends of the Library bookstore, and we just don't have them together because technically they're two different authors, right? So yeah, right, so like we want to make sure that we have it all together, right? Because not everybody knows the ins and the outs of a series, you know, when one author starts it and then another author finishes it, you know, right? But here we are. Right, but it is a nice, gorgeous, beautiful day. I'm going to make sure I get out for a walk, and yeah, and then spend the rest of my day reading. Woohoo! Yeah! Always exciting, fun stuff over this way, especially when you have like the weekend off. Always great, right? Whew. Alright, well, thank you for tuning in. It's much appreciated. I do like your presents. Hey, if you have any comments, suggestions, likes, please let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, thank you. Take care and bye.